I've been thinking about this for a few months now. Actually, might even been a year, and I've been meaning to ask not only you guys but also the rest of the main gang. Um, and I know most martial arts schools, I would say on average, start students at the age of 5, right? Pretty much. I mean, I
Yeah.
know people have 3 and 4 year old classes, but on average, I think most people start at 5 years old. But to you guys, what do you guys think is the perfect age for a child to start martial arts? Because I'm starting to think 5 is not that number. And there's a reason why, and I'll get to that in a second. But what do you guys think?
I
Mm.
find 8 or 9 works pretty well.
Okay. What about you, Andy? What do you think?
Well, let's ask her first. What do you think?
Go ahead.
I don't know. I started at 6, which for me felt like the right time to do it. But
Okay.
like it's also early. Like getting a kid to stick to it once they start at 6, I feel like it's hard. Maybe when they start a little older, they're more likely to stick with it longer.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough for me. I got a 2 year old that loves karate.
Mm-hmm.
See?
And like I mean, she sees it. My nephew, she sees it. Like now that she's here, all he does is karate all day. When I left to go teach at my dojo today, I was like, "All right, I gotta go," and he started crying because I couldn't take him with me. He wants to be in the dojo, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's just a case by case because he's so exposed to it, especially since he was in his car seat. We would just put him on the car, like kind of like what you said, like Gene. Like sometimes when we
Mm-hmm.
had a train, we just put the car seat facing us, and we just do our drills and watch him. So he got to see it all his life,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, but I also say like I started at like 5. I started at 5 or 6, I think, one of those. So like for me, I don't know, man. It's like
But what about your business? I mean, you have a school.
I have a class that we take 3.5 and up, 4 and up,
Hmm.
and I have a whole class where it's like just like a bunch of four
Okay,
and
so let
five.
me ask you this: out of those kids that start at 3 or 4 or 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many make it to? Do you have red belt or brown belt?
I have Brown.
Before you get to black, you have brown belt.
Yeah, I have Brown.
So out of those 3 and 4 year olds and 5 year olds, how many make it to brown belt?
Oh, that's like that percentage is low.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm assuming so.
I honestly, I would only probably say out of my whole entire history, maybe 10%, 15%,
hmm
maybe.
hmm
But I mean, it's probably higher than I think. But just thinking off of it right now, off the top of my head, I know I have a few kids. Like I have a few of my black belts that I have pictures of them when they were like 4.
hmm
So I mean, I have a few of them. But I guess the
So
percentage's not that
I'm
high.
I'm yeah, because I'm starting to think. I'm thinking 7 might be the perfect time. 7,
I can
7
see
or
that.
8, because you know 5 and 6 year olds, they get bored really really quick.
Hmm.
And I don't know about your curriculum, but we have one steps and forms, and that is in basics, and that is so boring to a 5 year old or a 6 year old. Learning how to do those one steps, learning basic form number one, and over time, after about a year, those kids, if they start at 5 by 6, they're ready to stop. At least that's what I've seen. Now, of course, it's not the same for everyone.
Yeah.
But what I find is the ones that start at about 7 or 8, if they're with me, about 4 years before it's time to start preparing for the black belt, they're about 12 at that point in time. And they see the end of the rainbow. So they kind of step it up a little bit at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely thinking 7 or 8. Now I'm not saying I'm going to change my program, but I almost feel like I need to have two separate programs. One for little kids
You
and
listen, Gene, for real,
yeah,
bro. We're gonna have a talk about this, like off air, because there's a like you and I are just on a we're right now we're in the same boat. We're gonna have a whole talk about this off air, like for real, because this is you saying that, and if my brother hears this, he's gonna be like, all right, like I think
yeah. I mean, it just
a bunch
really hit me because
a bunch of people are in this boat right now. That's why I'm saying that. We're gonna talk off air. Trust me,
yeah,
trust me.
because I'm noticing, I'm looking at my students, and the kids that kind of disappear are the ones that started when they were real little. The ones that started at 7 or 8 are sticking around. I have a girl right now who started when she was 11 or 12. She's about to be 17. So she's preparing for her black belt now. She asked me if she was going to get her black belt before she turned 17. That's what she really wants. And I said, well, that's up to you guys. Like, we've been working this whole time. We've been doing this black belt camp for a year now. It's time to wrap it up now, you know. So I just wanted that opinion from you guys. And like I said, I've been thinking about putting it in the our main game chat, and I just been forgetting.